What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and you're watching a brand new episode of Dorks 10 Movie Minute. Today we're going to be discussing Chucky, the TV series, episodes 3 and 4. I know we already discussed episodes 1 and 2, which I considered a strong start to the Chucky TV series that is slowly developing. We're starting to learn more about our main character, Jake, and how his connections to Chucky is kind of pushing him down the path of being a murderer. We start off episode 3 entitled I Like to Be Hugged, which is very much a nice callback to the original Child's Play movie or Child's Play 2 and 3. That very classic Chucky, slogan that he throws out there. Chucky's known for his slogans, so of course we're going to get one thrown out here that matches the title of this episode. It works really well. It's about Jake, like I said, kind of bonding with Chucky over Chucky kind of teasing him to kill, I believe her name is Lexi, the blonde girl, who is kind of making fun of him, kind of being the antagonist of the series so far. And then Jake kind of follows through with that in episode 3, and he's following around his cousin Junior. And he's actually thinking about killing him, and he never does end up killing him, but he does get close enough where Junior does kind of see him and kind of notice it and kind of calls it out a little bit. Then that's kind of dropped from there because what's happening is he's thinking that Junior is Lexi, but it's not Lexi. It ends up being Junior, so it's a flip-flop on the character Jake, trying to make him feel bad for his actions and if he had the guts to actually kill someone the way Chucky would have killed someone. So yeah, that leaves that open for the character as well. That's how we start off episode 3. Like I said, I'm not going to try to give all these spoilers in these episodes, but I will give a few spoilers out of stuff that does happen that is significant to the Chucky character or the Jake character, or things that move the storyline forward as a cohesive whole for the Chucky series. So let's all forget about that. Forget about spoiler warnings and all that stuff. If I do say it, it's part of the review. It's just how it's going to happen. So let's get through this. Here we go. All right. So yeah, Jake is now trying to chase after Lexi, find a way how to kill her. So Chucky comes up with a plan. He knows that Lexi's sister already loves Chucky, and he knows that he can get in the house that way. So he basically tells Jake to give Chucky to the younger sister to get him into the house, and then Chucky will go ahead and kill Lexi for him, so he doesn't have to worry about getting his hands dirty or nothing like that. Jake agrees begrudgingly after having a conversation with Lexi, and she torments him a little bit more without apologizing. She kind of does apologize, but kind of does it in her own way, where it's kind of half-baked. She doesn't really mean it, and then she kind of twists Jake's words right after apologizing. So it kind of makes her an easy target for Chucky to want to go after next in the series. So yeah, Jake ends up giving the doll to Lexi's little sister. She takes it in the house, of course, and that night Lexi's having a party with all the other secondary characters that we've already met in episodes 1 and 2 come to this party. It's unlike a party I've ever seen, because these kids all have headphones on and there's literally no music playing and they're dancing around. But it makes a great excuse for Chucky to sneak around them quietly without being seen. So it works perfectly well with what they're trying to set up. Chucky ends up running into this other kid. He ends up killing and stabbing him, thinking it was Lexi. The stabbing animations are lame, but this is the one kill for episode 3, because it is one kill per episode. It seems like that's kind of the formula that we're going on for the Chucky series. So Chucky thinks it's Lexi. It's not. He ends up killing this kid on accident. And then he does end up going into Lexi's room and revealing himself to be Chucky. Just then, she ends up catching the room on fire with this joint that she was smoking on. So then the room catches on fire, and the episode ends with Chucky kind of laughing maniacally with the flames in the background, his face kind of melting off his good guy doll body. But yeah, very cool ending. I like the cinematography in that episode. A very beautiful shot of the flames. You can see the flames in Chucky's eyes, the reflection. Very awesome, well done, very cool. Moving on to episode 4. Well, first off, episode 3, I'm going to give a score of, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It was a solid episode. I did like the Chucky animatronics, and I did really like that flame ending, that big finale, because it gave a lot of gravitas to the Chucky series that we don't really see Chucky have a lot of gravitas in. Very cool ending. The maniacal laughter and the flames just really made it for me as a Chucky fan. And I prefer when he's doing the stabbing and stuff like that, and less of these creative kills like the puking or the like in the next episode he has a kill with a dirty syringes that he gets out of the hospital when he's stabbing this guy with these dirty syringes and injecting him with all these different diseases. Creative, but I prefer the knife stabs and stuff like that for Chucky to be going after people. Kind of the stalking and the running around and pushing people into things and stuff like that. I really enjoy those Chucky moments in this series. So yeah, moving on to episode 4. Like I said, 7 out of 10 for episode 3. It was a solid episode. Good writing, and it pushes the character of Jake forward with the relationship with Chucky, and some of these secondary characters start to become more prominent as well in this episode. Episode 4, though, is really when the parents come into play and how it really sets fire to the whole town of Hackensack, and how they all have to work together to kind of get rid of this doll. And episode 4 is called Just Let Go, which is a very fitting title. Because it's about Jake and Lexi kind of working together to stop Chucky at this point, because they both know that he's alive at this point. And they end up going back to Lexi's house where the fire broke out, and they found out that one of the kids was not killed by the fire. He was actually stabbed to death, so then they start putting the pieces together that it could be Chucky involved in this. So they go back to Lexi's house to find Chucky. This is Jake and Lexi. Just then Lexi is about to fall. She's asking Jake about, did you send Chucky to kill me? Did you know he was a killer and all this? And Jake admits, yes, he did, and he did send him to kill her, but he regrets it, and it wasn't the right decision. He was thinking in the moment, and Chucky was also kind of egging him on to do that and make that decision. So he realizes it's not 100% his fault, but it is something he needs to own up to and make amends for. So she gets freaked out, and she ends up backing up into the burned back balcony of the upstairs, and it ends up breaking. She ends up falling down and about to fall off the balcony, and just then Jake picks her up and grabs her. Chucky then reveals himself. We call it Two-Faced Chucky. He's got a half melted face and half a regular good guy face. Looks fantastic if you like the different versions of Chucky. I really enjoyed this variation of him. But yeah, he goes after Lexi, and he's trying to tell Jake to let her go off the balcony so he can finish her off. At the same time, we've got the students in the hospital still recovering after the fire at the party. Well, there's another Chucky doll running around this hospital, so I know that there is 2 Chucky dolls now, and it is confirmed. But after Jake and Lexi exit the building after escaping Chucky the first time, this one security guard takes the Chucky doll back to the hotel room, or back to the hospital room where Lexi's little sister is, because she loves that Chucky doll, and he was told to, if he finds it, bring it back to her, so he does that. So now we are back at the hospital where Chucky wakes up and kills the security guard with these dirty syringes. But it's not just 1 or 2. He does like 6 or 7 different syringes stabbed into this guy. After hitting him with a scalpel in the right in the back. So he's paralyzed from that moment on, and he falls onto the scalpel. A very brutal kill for television. But I thought it was really unique and creative, and that's what I'd like to see, those kind of unique creative kills using the blades and stuff like that. That's really Chucky's signature style. So yeah, pushes the story forward along, and at this point the security guard is dead, and all the parents are starting to realize that there is a murder in the town, and it's not just coincidences going around, and that it could very well be one of their kids who is the murderer. So they're all worried and confronting each other with Devin's mom, the cop, and with Jake's uncle and aunt confronting each other. And then with Lexi's parents, the mayor and her husband, confronting them as well. So it's a big mess of everybody finally getting on each other's nerves. Just then they realize there's another security guard dead in the room. So all these adults rush into the room to check on it. Just then Chucky reveals himself in front of the children, flipping them off, showing that he is not afraid to reveal himself in front of the adults, because who's going to believe the kids anyway in that situation? So yeah, very cool way to end the episode with Chucky going all out. He cares at all, no more. That he's going to reveal himself. He doesn't care if you're an adult or a kid. Nothing's going to get in his way, and I really like that ending. It sets it off really strong for the last 2 episodes of the series, of episodes 5 and 6, which I know episodes 5, which airs next week. We'll be bringing in Andy and Kyle and all the original characters from the franchise. So yeah, and I think episode 6 is going to be the whole wrap-up episode of this whole series. So I'm going to give episode 5 a strong 8 out of 10, or episode 4, I mean a strong 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the hospital setting, reminding me a lot of Cult of Chucky and that kind of setting they had there in the mental home. And I like having the two Chucky reveal kind of being there. We all kind of knew it was happening, but to have it finally revealed puts you at ease a little bit as a viewer, so you kind of know where the story's going to head out from here. So that was cool to see, and I'm really liking the interactions between Jake and Lexi, and Chucky himself, with him still trying to want to bring Jake back onto his side, while still having his own agenda to do with whatever he wants to do. So yeah, that's been my thoughts, guys, on Chucky's episode 3 and 4. I definitely enjoyed these episodes more than I think I did episodes 1 and 2, but I think episode 1 was a stronger start and had a stronger feeling of the Chucky character than the other 3 have. But definitely still enjoying this series. Cannot wait for episodes 5 and 6 to see how it ends, and how it progresses from here. But let me know down below what you guys have thought of this Chucky series. Have you been watching it so far? Have you been enjoying the episodes we got so far? Let me know down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, guys, I've been your host, Ghost. Adios.